Good morning, Year 2. All right, we're doing science this morning. So before we get stuck into it, who can remind me what we did in science last? I'm just having trouble remembering. Yes, Josh. Yeah, we looked at daytime and nighttime. What about daytime and nighttime? Brad. Yeah, so during the day we usually see the sun, and at night there's usually the moon. Awesome. What else? David, yeah, so we usually sleep. We usually sleep at night time and we're usually awake during the day. Amazing. What about words? Were there any new words we learnt? Yes, Yasmin. Yeah, that's correct. So we have our vocabulary wall to the side. So every time we learn a new word, we're going to pop it up there. So we have a bunch of words at the end for us to remember and that we can go back to and know what they mean. But just for me, just because I'm having trouble remembering, what does the word hypothesis mean? What is a hypothesis? Yes, David. Yeah, so it's a guess of sorts, isn't it? What is it? Just any old guess? If I was to make a hypothesis about the weather tomorrow, what the sky would look like, do you think it would be a good hypothesis to say I think it's going to be fluoro purple? No, oh, Brad, no, you don't think so. Why not? Oh, has anyone ever seen a fluoro purple sky before? Oh, so maybe it's not a good guess. Maybe not. What would be a better guess? Yeah, Yasmin, yeah, so if it was blue, maybe if it was blue. So how do we know that that would be a better guess? What are we using to make that guess? Yes, Josh, so we can see it with our eyes. So that's called an observation when we watch something and we see. Yes, David. Oh, so you've noticed it happen for a long time. Yeah, so for a long time it's often that same color. Awesome. Anyone else? Yeah, no, okay. So with a hypothesis, you're using things that you know from your observations. Maybe it's something you've read. Oh, sorry, Sarah, you want to say something? Oh, so it might not be blue. Well, that's a very good point. Yeah, it could be raining and it could be dark and grey. So what does that actually tell us about a hypothesis? Does it need to be 100% correct all the time? Yeah, that's right, Sarah. So it might be likely to be like blue, but it doesn't mean it is. So you don't need to be 100% correct all the time. So it's just about guessing and using what you know to make an educated guess. All right, so we're going to look a little further at the sun today. What I want you guys to do is I've got pens, I've got pencils and paper at your desks. I want you guys to jump up in a minute. And I want you guys to draw me how you see yourself and the sun. So if you're going to do a drawing of that, what might you want to include? Yes, Brad. The sun, of course. So we want to include the sun in our picture. What else do we want to include in there? Hannah, have you got any ideas? Maybe yourself. Maybe you want to include yourself in the picture. Yeah. David, yeah, where we are. Yeah. Okay. So where are we? We're in a classroom, but what about outside the classroom? Yeah, so there's grass, there's buildings. Yeah. Oh, Josh, yes. So there's a beach. Who's been to the beach here? Who likes the beach? Amazing. So has anyone been outside of like Brisbane or the Gold Coast? Yasmin, oh, your parents have been to France? Oh, so where is that? Is that in Australia? Is that here somewhere? No, it's in another country. Oh, Yasmin, it's on the other side of the world. Has anyone heard that before? The other side of the world. So that would mean that there's more places than where we are. So on the other side of the world, so of Earth. So those are just some ideas of what you could include in your pictures. All right, I'll let you guys go to your desk now and get cracking on those, and then we'll come back to the carpet afterwards and we can talk about our pictures. All right, everybody, come back to the carpet now and bring your pictures. Awesome. All right, so in a moment we're going to share our pictures, but what are some things we need to remember when we're sharing our work? Yes, Josh. Yeah. Yeah, that we've got our listening ears, that we're listening. Yasmin, that we're looking, that we're using our eyes to look. David? Oh, respectful. Yes. So respectful is what? Not doing anything rude, not touching other people, that you're paying attention and that you're listening. Yes, that's correct. And remember, these drawings, doesn't matter if you think they're right or wrong, it's part of us starting to build our hypothesis. Would anyone like to share? Oh, thank you, Brad. Okay, Brad, what have you got here? Ah, so that's you, is it? So that's you, and you like the beach. So you've drawn yourself, is that you on the beach? Yeah, and then you're surrounded by water. And then what have you got up here? You have the moon up here, is it? Oh, the sun, sorry. Yeah, the sun. So you've got the sun up there, you've got the beach. So you've chosen to do this all blue. Oh, because you see the water blue, yeah. But up here, oh, so no colour for the sun. Okay, no, that's all good. Anyone else like to share? Sarah? Yeah, thank you. All right, Sarah, what have you drawn for us? Oh, beautiful. So you've got the grass along here that's nice and green. And what's this up here? Your house. And this is you. And then we've got the sun up here. Oh, I like that you've used yellow and orange there for the sun. But you notice the grass is green. How come there's no green up on the sun? Oh. Do you think that there's sun? Do you think grass grows on the sun? Maybe, maybe not. We're a little unsure of that. That's okay. That's okay. All right, I see you've drawn a circle there and like little spiky bits coming off there. Why? Can you tell us why you've done it like this? Why you've drawn it with the spiky bits and the circle in the middle? Oh, so that's how you've seen it done in your books, in your picture books. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Anyone else? Hannah. Thank you. Okay, so Hannah, what have you drawn here? So you've got your earth down here. You've got the green. Oh, so the green is for your land and you know that there's water. And, oh, your parents told, oh, excellent listening skills. So you've added people on upside down because for the other side of the world like we were just talking about. And up here is this is your sun. Awesome. So you've coloured your sun in yellow. Why is that? Yeah, you've seen it. Yeah, it looks yellow in the sky and you've seen it in picture books like that. Okay. What about the size? I notice Earth is kind of really big down here and then the sun is a bit smaller up there. Do you think that the Earth is bigger than the sun? Ah, okay. So there's a lot of people on Earth, isn't there? Yeah, we know of a lot of people, so it needs to have a lot of space. That's interesting. It's interesting that you've made that connection, that there's a lot of people, so we would need a lot of space on Earth. And maybe there isn't as much space on the sun. One more, David. Awesome. All right, David, do you want to say what you've drawn here? Okay, so you've got your earth and the sun. Again, we've got squiggly lines around the sun. Do we actually think the sun is shaped like that? Do we think it's all jagged like that? Or do we think it's round like a ball? What do you guys think? Yes, David. Yeah, so, oh, you think it's round like a ball, but it kind of sparkles, maybe? Yeah, okay. Sparkling. And David, I noticed that you've done the Earth smaller than the sun. Can you tell us about that? Oh, so your parents actually took you to the planetarium. Oh, wow, lucky duck. Okay. So you've actually done some research on the sun and the earth. So you think that the sun is actually a lot bigger than the earth. Then why does it seem so small to us then, when we look out into the sky and the sun is it looks so small? Oh, so David thinks that the sun is actually really, really far away, and that's why it seems small, but it's big. Okay, well, hang on to those thoughts, and we're going to come back to these later with our hypotheses. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a closer look at the sun. All right. So up here we have a very close up of the sun. Who's seen a picture of the sun close up before? No. Okay, so let's have a look at it. Let's use our observation skills to take a closer look at it. Okay, so what can we see? Would anyone like to come up and point? Yes, Yasmin. Okay, yeah, so we were talking about the jagged edges, but look at this. It's like nice and smooth around the side here. We can see kind of a circle shape, and then it's kind of got all this stuff coming off the edge, but it's not a hard jagged shape, is it? It's kind of looks a bit smoky, doesn't it? What do you think could be happening there? Yes, David. Okay, so so you think it's heat maybe coming? Yeah, very good point. So we don't see any trees or water, and it looks really hot, doesn't it? Maybe it's like, you know, when you take a really hot shower and all the steam comes off, maybe it could be like that. Yeah. That would be some good reasoning, some good thinking. What about the rest of the picture? What's happening around here? Yes, Brad, it is dark, isn't it? So it's dark around here. So what does that tell us about the sun? Yeah. Yeah, Josh, so maybe it's giving off some light, because we see it's really bright here, but far away it's really dark. Good observational skills, guys. All right, one more before we get stuck into an experiment. Oh. We have a picture here. Now, what can you guys observe using your eyes about this picture? Yes, Josh. Yeah, so it's outside. Yeah. Hannah? Yeah, it must be daytime. So we've just spoken about that, like the light and daytime. What else? Yeah, Brad, so we've got grass, we've got trees. Do you guys think that this would be on the sun, or do you think it would be on Earth? It's probably on Earth, because we didn't see any green on the sun picture, did we? Okay. What about these big things coming along here? What's this? Yes, David. Yeah, they're shadows. So if you have ever been out in the sun and you stand there and you make shapes, you can see your shadow on the floor, can't you? So that's what we've got here, some shadows. Would anyone, Sarah, would you like to come up and show us which way the shadows are going? Yeah. So you can see that they start at the bottom of the tree and they move along, and they move along in this way, don't they? We'll draw a few more. Oh. Sorry. I don't know why that's just decided to stop working. Let's try that again. There we go. Awesome. Thank you very much, Sarah. All right, so Sarah's showing the arrows pointing this way, so it's the shadows moving this way. What do you think is helping to create the shadows? Maybe it's the sun. So if all the shadows are going this way, where do you think the sun would be then? Josh, you want to come up and give it a go? Yeah. Okay, so if we connect all these lines up, where do you think they're going to go? If we connect all these lines up, where do you think it's pointing to? That's right, maybe it's up here. So let's draw that in up there. So the sun is up here. and it's shining bright, and then it's creating our shadows. All right, guys, that's all just for now. We're going to pack our stuff up now, and we are going to set up an experiment to test what we've just looked at on this picture with the sun and shadows.